Hi, welcome to Spooky Spectacular Seasonal Yoga for Halloween. So as we move into the end of October and we're heading into the Halloween season, these are some frightfully festive sequences that will help to build strength, mobility, flexibility, and smiles. So to just lighten up and just to enjoy, have some fun. And we will just start with, in this practice today, have a couple blocks. We're going to start with our tricky black cat, and then we're going to move into witch on a broomstick, but you could also think of being in chair pose, and which will turn into a zombie, and then we will end in a mummy pose, which is also, you could think of your eagle pose. So just have fun, do what you feel comfortable with, and here we go. So just go ahead and start by grounding in a comfortable seat. So just any comfortable seat, we always start by connecting in with the breath. And especially whenever you know that you might be coming into something that's a little hard or maybe a little scary, always we come into how are we breathing? How are we showing up through all of these things that come into the day? So just bring in your palms to your thighs, let your eyes soften, and start with a nice big inhale through your nose, all the way to the crown of your head, and take a nice big ha through your mouth. Coming into long, deep breathing, inhales and exhales through the nose for your Ujjayi breath. So nice, long, deep breath, expand through the belly. Bring your breath all the way up. Big inhale and exhale through your nose, through the back of your throat. Send your breath all the way down. And bring your navel in, and then flow through a few more nice long deep breaths here. So just setting yourself into being here in your practice to have some fun and breathe through all the things that may come up. And then opening your eyes and bring your arms wide, palms up, sweep your arms all the way up. Make your hands into fists. Take a nice deep breath, tighten. And again, exhale through your mouth, ha, and then just flick out anything you don't need. Send your fingertips back down to the mat. We'll go ahead and come now onto hands and knees into tabletop. So we're gonna come here, starting into our tricky black cat. So ground down through the palms, shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees, and wrap those biceps back. Send your chest forward as you inhale, shine. As you exhale, round and release. Curl your toes, hug your navel in. So we're turning this into a tricky black cat. Shine forward as you point your toes back on your inhale. As you round with your exhale, curl your toes, and then send your right sits bone towards your heels. Circle around, left sits bone towards your heel, and then pull forward. Big inhale, pointing your toes back, shine forward, and then round again. So arch, big arch, open up through your back body, send your sits bones towards your heels, make a nice big circle. Pull yourself forward again, shine forward, big inhale, and this time go the opposite way. On your exhale, sits bone towards your left heel, round and pull back. So we're just nice big stretch with your tricky black cat. Open wide with your inhale. Point your toes back and send your sits bones to your heels. Circle around on your exhale, and then coming back forward with your open heart, and then coming into a downward dog with your exhales. Lifting your knees, send your sits bones up towards the ceiling, pedal it out. And then start to bring both heels towards the mat and coming in through a few more nice long deep breaths here. So really setting in, sinking in with steadiness and ease in your breath with your Ujjayi breathing, and staying strong here through the arms. Wrap the biceps back towards your hips. And then looking between your hands, soft bend in your knees, step yourself forward. Pause here for a moment, holding your elbows, lengthen out through your spine. Let your crown of your head come towards the mat. Then release your hands to your hips. Come up halfway. Ground down, and then coming all the way up with a nice long spine and coming into your Tadasana, into your mountain pose. Root down and rebound that energy all the way through the crown of your head. You're going to sweep your arms all the way up. Now as you lift, come up to the balls of your feet. So bottom of the feet, lifting your heels, keep your gaze on one point ahead of you, and then with your exhale, press your palms down to your sides as you lower your heels down. So again, coming back up. Nice big inhale, lift. Raising your heels, lifting all the way up. Stretch, stay strong and balanced here as you press down slowly. Palms down to your sides, lower your heels, and then one more time. Nice big inhale, lift. Elevate yourself all the way up, floating and lifting, and then coming back down slowly with strength, palms down to your sides, heels grounding, and again meeting in your Tadasana for your mountain pose, widening across the collarbones. Okay, take a nice deep breath, hands to your hips, moving this into our chair pose, or also think of your witch pose. So we're going to sit down onto our broom, sit down, sits bones towards the heels, elbows pointing behind you and staying lifted through the belly. So belly and tailbone down, and then bringing your arms up, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Pause here, breathe, lift your gaze. Take a nice big inhale, and even though we're on a broomstick, we're gonna still come into a twist. Palm center, turn to the right. Okay, so we could be like magical Harry Potter, so we could be doing all kinds of things while we're still very seated with ease on our broomstick. Okay, and maybe even bring your arms wide, split, and then coming back, center inhale, twist to the left with your exhale. So again, take a nice deep breath, and again, you can split your arms, wake up through the shoulders. Coming back, center inhale, still in our seat as we are here as a witch. Okay, palms, fingertips all the way up. Raise yourself all the way up, coming back, center with your exhale. So now we're going to turn this into a zombie pose. So still here, grounded through the feet. Reach your arms out in front. Okay, so it could just be we're just facing forward. Now we're going to slowly sit back into our chair again. So again, tailbone towards the mat, lift through the belly, steady gaze, and then now lifting the heels. Okay, so it's like a zombie here. So just trying to reach forward, reach, and then ground the heels down. Lift the heels up, ground the heels down. Okay, one more time, lifting the heels, ground the heels down. And even if you look down, you make sure that your knees are parallel here. So even if we're a zombie, we're still lined up. We're an aligned zombie. Okay, so now slowly bring yourself all the way up. Nice big inhale, arms up and over, and coming back, center to your heart with your exhale. And then we're gonna bring in our blocks for our mummy pose, wrapped up like an eagle. So think of eagle pose here as we bring the blocks next to the outside edge of each foot, root through each foot evenly, hands to your hips. Now shift your weight to the right foot, lift your left knee and cross that leg over the standing leg. Okay, toes very lightly on the block. Arms wide, palms up, and sweep the left arm underneath the right. Bend your arms, palms pressing together. Raise your fingertips, or you could also have your fingertips to your shoulders. Big inhale, and sit down into your very, very snug chair. So we are just a completely bound mummy here. If you want to play a little bit more with balance, raise your toes off the block, maybe even bringing it behind your calf and coming into your full bind, very, very snug and tight mummy. And then coming back up, go ahead and uncurl, bring your toes back to the block. Unwind, hands to your hips, straightening yourself up and uncross. Other side, root through the left foot, raise the right knee, cross that leg over your standing leg, toes lightly to the block without sinking into your hip. Arms wide, palms up. Right arm underneath the left, make a nice big wrap. Big inhale, exhale, sit down and into your chair. And maybe if you'd like to bring that toe behind your calf, but keep your hips square here and coming into that full bound mummy pose here. So coming into a deeper release, exhale, and then coming back up with your inhale. Bring your toe back to the block. Unwind your arms, straighten up through the standing leg, hands to your hips, and arrive in your center here. So back to your mountain pose. Nice long deep breath. Big inhale. Sweep your arms all the way up and come back center to your heart. Namaste.